was very, very impressive as well, with 2 wins and 2 second places. There were 2 wins also for Harry Webb, who starts third on the grid, and the other winner was Petra Betzel, who's a bit further down the order on the third row of the grid. But Petra, his win coming early in the day yesterday from quite a long way down the grid. I think the 6th row of the grid he got that win from. So Petra Betzel, 14th in the championship last year, one to keep an eye on, because he's a very good starter. At least he was in the wet yesterday. He was gaining a lot of places on the first lap, so we'll see. And Charlie Eastwood, just to remind you, is the driver that leads the championship. So Charlie, who drives kart 234 from Ireland, part of the Strawberry Racing setup, also front runner in the British Championship this year, having won recently at Rara up in Cumbria. He has got a maximum of 87 points so far, 87 out of 89 points. He was third in the pre-final, and he won then the final in Genk, so he's got 87 points. He leads the championship. Harry Webb is second in the standings on 79 points, and then Avo Talvar third in the standings coming into this week on 78. But Alvo is about to drop down the order, because Avo Talvar, the Estonian third in the championship, didn't make the cut after a bad day yesterday. He was in the second chance heat and he didn't quite make it through there. So we've also then got Oliver Norris, 4th in the standings, who's not here this weekend because he's
taking exams, Chris.
Yes, that's right. So Oliver's not here. So there's a chance for Philip Morin here to move right up the order, because Philip Morin on pole position, 5th in the standings after his weekend in Genk. Well, there are 2 ahead of him that aren't going to score any points, so there's a real opportunity for him to go right into the throw here.
Well, you mentioned Charlie Eastwood, the championship leader. Let's say hi to his brothers and sisters, because they've blogged into us. Natalie, Lisa, Rami, Johnny, good to know that you're with us in spirit, if not in person. I'm sure your brother is going to do a great job for you. So a 13-lap race for the senior pre-final. Chris is going to call the start of it. Philip Morin on pole, Max Verstappen joining him on the front row.
Look, pretty tightly bunched up, just being shown the line by the start line official. Don't accelerate till you get to that yellow line. Now they can accelerate, now they get underway, and through they come towards the first turn for the first time. And that looked like, a bit of contact further back down the order, but at the sharp end of the field, the front runners all get through. They're coming towards turn 3 now, and it's Max Verstappen that leads the way. Second is Harry Webb now, and what has happened there for Charlie Eastwood's in the mix, but Philip Morin has dropped down the order somewhat, so the pole position man getting off to a poor start. One that gets going again from near the back of the grid is the 264 kart. That was one. Yeah, it was Jules Cousin that was involved, but there were more involved, and more have come off the circuit, I think, and haven't restarted from that first corner incident. So through they all head. Then Max Verstappen leading the way after a terrific start to the race. Harry Webb challenging him, pushing him already in second place. I think we've had some more off at the end of the long back straight, but the leader's about to come through to complete the first lap of the race. In third place then we've got Philip Morin, so he dropped to third here. Harry Foreman 4th. Piers Lehane has come up from 9th to 5th. Then it's Petra Betzel up to 6th place as well, so he's made a good start. Eastwood has dropped to 9th place, so Eastwood did drop back on that first lap. The top 4 are together, running nose to tail down the back straight for the first time, and Harry Webb is on the attack. He's right on the tail of Verstappen as they break at the end of the straight, though he can't find a gap, and he stays in second. Morin is third, Foreman is 4th, and Piers Lehane leads the next group of karts in 5th.
The driver that we lost outright, Kenny Vermeulen, and that is a shame, because he was showing improved form, started on the 7th row, but hey, that's racing, and Tobias Holm, the last of the runners. But Harry Webb putting the pressure on Max Verstappen. Well, no, Harry's lost a place as I look at that is certainly kart number 206 rather, Philip Morin in front of 222. So I didn't see how Philip Morin got past Harry Webb.
Piers Lehane's just got 4th place into turn 1, pulled it away. So up to 4th ahead of Yuri Foreman.
Yeah, Yuri Foreman spilling the place there, and Harry Webb, who's spilled 2nd to 3rd, now coming under the stronger tensions of Piers Lehane, as you were saying, and Philip Morin, who we did just wonder, didn't we, Chris? Was it simply that he was that good in the wet? He's got the lead, hasn't he? He told Sarah Dryhurst, I don't mind whether it's wet. Oh my, the crossing there. Max Verstappen loses the lead to Philip Morin. Philip Morin telling RGMMC's trackside reporter Sarah Dryhurst, yes, I've gone well in the wet, but I don't mind the dry. And guess what? We're coming round to the start of lap 4. He's in the lead. Philip Morin, sorry Chris.
So I was going to say Harry Webb lining up a move, and Max Verstappen has to go very defensive into the first turn. Harry trying to gain a place, but also try and keep an eye behind because he's got the very quick Pierce lane. Pierce was second quickest, only just missed pole position in dry qualifying, so he's going well, but equally Pierce gets a slightly slow run from fourth place coming onto the back straight, and he's got Harry Foreman queuing up behind him. Here he can't quite find a way through though, so lots of jostling around, but nobody changes position. At the end of the back straight though, Morin coming under attack from the Verstappen car. Verstappen a bit late on the brakes though, slows up on the way out of the corner, then has to go defensive into the next hairpin. Then you got Harry Webb, then Pierce Lehane swings out wide to try and get the cut back on the exit to the corner.
And did Yuri Foreman pick up a place there? Think he did, maybe not, maybe not.
Let's have a look when they come back through. Yuri Foreman is still Eastwood's come through. Look, Charlie Eastwood.
The passing move I saw was Charlie Eastwood going up into fifth place behind Pierce Lehane. So Charlie Eastwood, after that little bit of mayhem at the start, was ninth, but is now in fifth place. We're not yet at the half race distance, so the Irishman beginning to just get into his stride.
I'm afraid Oliver Myers is going to get the technical disqualification flag, the black flag with the orange disc in the middle. So something perhaps hanging off his cart. Maybe he was one of the drivers involved in the shunt at turn one. But Oliver is being asked to leave the circuit.
And that from position 17, Chris.
From 17th place, yeah, in kart 270. So the race leaders come back towards us in this very feisty race so far. Philip Morin's got back to the head of the field and he's pulling away from Max Verstappen. Harry Webb coming under attack from Pierce Lehane in the battle for third place. Pierce looks to be the quicker of the two at the moment. Comes out of turn two into turn three, has a look up the inside, no way through there. Tucks back behind. He needs to get a good run onto the back straight and then he might be able to get through, and he needs to get a move on because they are being caught bit by the world champion Charlie Eastwood. He's in fifth place now, and if Pierce doesn't get ahead of Harry Webb soon, he's going to have to start defending from Eastwood.
Yeah, Pierce Lehane putting the pressure on Harry Webb. We're looking at our television screens. Well, they're not as close as they were when we last looked at them with the naked eye. And Pierce Lehane still got the work to do to get hold of Harry Webb. Goes a little bit wider than Harry there. And Harry probably got about 2 kart lengths between himself and the chasing Aussie. But Max Verstappen getting a little bit closer to Philip Morin. It was 0.67 of a second on the previous lap. It's been halved. Max Verstappen halves the distance between himself and Philip Morin. This is heading towards the half race distance. So with half of the race still remaining, Max Verstappen decides it's time to turn up the wick. And Philip Morin, impressive as he is under pressure because Max has done a 50.05 against Philip's 50.38. So the message, I guess, guys, is that Max Verstappen's on a charge, Philip Morin needing to go on the defence. And wow, Max Verstappen truly, truly close. Do you see a pass move coming here, Chris?
Of course, he'll try. Max Verstappen, we know from what he was doing in yesterday's races, if he gets half a chance, he's going to go for it. He is a proper racer. He's also a driver that is not taking part in the full championship, so he's not as concerned about overall championship points as someone like Philip Morin, for example. He just wants to go out there and win the race. The other one that's in that situation is Pierce Lehane, because he had the exclusion from the first round in Genk. By his own admission, it's going to be difficult for him to be right up there in the championship now, because you have to carry that 0 point score towards your total. So Pierce just wants to go out and win the race or get on the podium as well, and so it's freed him up in some sense to stop worrying about points and just start getting the victories. And side by side in the battle for the lead of the race, Verstappen I think got through down the back straight into the hairpin. He got through, but he leaves the door open on the way into the right hand hairpin, leaves it wide open and drops from first to third. So he got the lead momentarily, but he's back down to third place. Morin and Webb are back ahead of him in first and second, and then he's going to lose another place to Pierce Lehane on the way into the penultimate corner. They run wide, 3 abreast on the grass goes Max Verstappen. Down the inside of both of them into turn one goes Eastwood. Eastwood goes from 5th to 3rd in the blink of an eye, and still they're battling for 4th place. Pierce Lehane is pushed out wide and loses 2 places. Nicky Tahona gets ahead of him, and Pierce Lehane is therefore forced back to 6th place. So Morin leads the way, Webb is second. Eastwood, after all of that, picks up 2 places fairly easily because they're pushing each other so wide, and goes up into the top 3 now.
Well, I'm going to praise Max Verstappen. Despite dropping a couple of places, he had all 4 wheels well off the tarmac. Remarkable kart handling to get back onto the tarmac and continue in 5th place as he did. But Harry Webb putting the pressure on Philip Morin. Bastolat picking up a driving standards flag. This is going to be the start of lap 10. Harry Webb, having got past Philip Morin, didn't see the moment when he did go past. Harry Webb already got a couple of lengths on Philip Morin. Charlie Eastwood in third place, under pressure from Max Verstappen. So these two, Chris, Charlie Eastwood third and Max Verstappen fourth, are going to pull each other alongside to Philip Morin. There's only, 4 laps remaining, including the one that they're on. There could still be some mileage at the front in this one, but Harry holding the aces just at the moment.
Yeah, Harry Webb, our new race leader, already starting to pull away from Philip Morin. A tight battle for third. Verstappen taking the defensive line on the way into the first hairpin. Eastwood trying to get back ahead of him. They switched again, so Verstappen holds the place that he gained earlier on in the lap. Eastwood almost getting it back from him. They're nose to tail through the penultimate corner and about to go over the start-finish line. There they are. The orange and black colours in third place. That's Verstappen with his head down. The green and white colours, the Tony Kart colours of the Strawberry Racing man. The championship leader, Charlie Eastwood, trying to get up into the top 3 here. They are all being caught by Nicky Tihonen in kart 239, who's going very well. And up to 6th place now from way down the order, from 21st on the grid. He's last year's championship runner-up, Ed Brand, with a stunning drive. He's just got ahead of Pierce Lehane. Carl Fowley is 8th. Carol Dabsky is 9th. And Baz Delat is completing the top 10. We're on lap 10 of 13. The race leaders are pretty close together still, with 0.4 of a second between Webb and Morin.
Well, you do feel that there's still more in this, don't you, with 3 laps to go, including the one that they're on. Harry Webb has been proving himself a very strong defensive driver from time to time. The scrap between Charlie Eastwood and Max Verstappen that I thought might have seen them working together has gone wholly the way of Max Verstappen. So there's plenty of room between 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 right now. We are on the 1.5 laps to go point, and I just wonder if Max has got anything more to reach Philip Morin. My guess is that he'll close on him but not have enough time to make the challenge. Can Philip Morin get back to Harry Webb? Well, first of all, he's got to find 0.6 of a second, because that's the gap. In fact, just looking, Max Verstappen is getting closer to Philip Morin as they go at the end of the home straight. The back marker just getting off the racing line, I think, and Max Verstappen really heaping the pressure on the Swede. Harry Webb's got a comfort zone. Philip Morin's got 2nd place, but the heat of Max Verstappen behind him. Well, Chris, we're not going to take for granted Harry Webb's victory, but the 2nd, 3rd dash with 7/8 of a lap to go, it's very much alive.
Yeah, it's going to help him out, isn't it? It's going to help Morin out. Meanwhile, further back, Pierce Lane has got back ahead of Ed Branson.
And Max Verstappen goes second.
He's side by side. Is he going to make the move stick on the inside at the end of the straight? Yes, he is. Max Verstappen makes it through ahead of Philip Morin for 2nd place. This is all helping out. Harry Webb has extended his advantage down towards the hairpin for the final time. And again, Ken Verstappen having to go super defensive here.
And yet setting a fastest lap on that previous lap, 49.81, with a couple of defensive moves in it. But coming home to take the checkered flag, it looks easy. Harry Webb wins it. Max Verstappen 2nd, but 3rd place. Oh,
Eastwood.
2, 3, 4. Charlie Eastwood just getting Philip Morin on the line. Nicky Tihonen, you did say in commentary that he's had a good drive, and so he has, the Finn. The best drive I've seen of Nicky Tihonen in this series. Pierce Lehane 6. Ed Brand, yes, he wasn't a front runner right at the front, but a great drive from 21st to 7th. Kyle Fowley still solid in 8th place. Carol Dabsky 9. And Baz Delat surviving that driving standards flag to complete the top 10. But Philip Morin must feel a shade disappointed. He was a race leader for some time, lost the lead to Max Verstappen, but in the end, losing 3rd place to Charlie Eastwood. Let's just have a quiet review of how they finished. The last of our 3 pre-finals, the last race of the morning. Harry Webb won it by a handsome margin, 1.9 seconds. Max Verstappen in 2nd place, Charlie Eastwood 3rd for Ireland. Philip Morin, as I suggest, a little disappointed in 4th perhaps. Nicky Tihonen, that good drive into the top 5. Pierce Lehane, well, always there or thereabouts, 6th for the Aussie. Then a couple more Brits, the Englishman Ed Brand 7th, the Scotsman Kyle Fowley 8th, Karol Dabski from Poland 9th, and Baz Delat the Dutchman 10th, and just outside the top 10, another Dutchman, a former champion, Joey van Splunteren. Well, Jan Jonk, who you saw at the bottom of your screen there, 17th via the last chance race. So he's got a chance in the final, be starting on the 9th row on the inside. But just looking a little bit further down, disappointment for Jules Cousin out of the top 20. And Connor Jupp, the charge by the Dan Holland Racing driver, just came to a marginal halt there, finishing 24th. But Chris, a great race, and we have to say, aren't we just getting our just desserts after yesterday?
Yeah, fantastic. And Eastwood getting out to that final hairpin side by side with Philip Morin. Just doesn't give up, does he? Every inch of the track till that checker flag comes out, he is fighting, and Eastwood battling through to get third place. So Harry Webb winning the race. He said his fastest lap of the race, I think, at the end of the race, as well as his personal best lap time. Although the fastest lap overall went to Max Verstappen, who I think I'm right in saying was the only